Hello everyone, welcome back to Steam Code and welcome to the first episode of our multiplayer tic-tac-toe tutorial series. In this video we'll just be getting started, and so we'll be creating our Django web server, and we'll get started with the page that we're going to be writing our tic-tac-toe on. So let's just jump straight into it. So the first thing you're going to need to do is open up command prompt and navigate to the directory where you'd like to store your code. I will assume you already have Python and pip installed for this tutorial, but if you don't, install those, then come back. Alright, so assuming you have Python and pip installed, the first thing we're going to need to do is create a virtual environment. Now, a virtual environment is a standalone environment for installing packages, and that can be a lot more practical than installing these packages system-wide on your computer. So let's jump straight into it. So to create our virtual environment, we'll say python-m venv and then the name of our environment. So I'll call mine env, env. Alright, and once that's been created, navigate to the directory env, so cd env, or whichever you called your virtual environment directory. Navigate to scripts, so cd scripts, and then if you're on command prompt, you're going to want to run activate.bat. If you're not in command prompt, then you're going to want to activate .ps1 for PowerShell. Alright, and so now we're inside of our virtual environment. You can tell we're inside of a virtual environment by the name of the environment within parentheses at the start of your line. Okay, so now that we're inside of our virtual environment, we're going to need to install Django. So navigate back to where you'd like your project to be. So I'll navigate back to directories and type -m pip install Django. Alright, and now that Django's been installed, we can test that it's been installed by checking its version. So type python-m Django version. And if it spits out a version, that means Django's been installed. Mine is 4.2.3. So now we're going to create our project. So to create our project, you can say Django admin start project, and make sure you're inside of the directory that you'd like to be in. So Django admin start project, and then the name of your project. I'll call mine TicTacToe. Alright, now let's check to see if it's actually been created. So dir, and as you can see, the TicTacToe project has been created. So let's navigate to that directory. And to run our web server, we're going to need to say python manage.py, so python manage.py run server, and then you can either run this command or you can specify a port that you'd like to run it on. I will run mine on 8088. Alright, and once it spits out this message, you know that it's ready. So all you need to do is navigate to the site that it tells you. So mine is http 127.0.0.18088. So let's just navigate to that. Alright, and once you have it open, this is the page that you'd see. Now, no other computers are able to access this port. So if you want this to be visible on all computers within your network, which is what we want because we're making a multiplayer game, we're going to need to specify the host. So before doing that, let's first close this, so Control C, and let's open this in VS Code. Alright, so once you have your project open in VS Code, navigate to the settings.py file, and in order to set other hosts, you're going to need to modify this allowed hosts list, and the host that you allow on here will determine the hosts that you're able to run your site from within Django. So once you have that open again, you're going to want to find your network's IP address and place it within here. Alright, so once you have your network's IP address, you can place it in there, and then also place in 127.0.0.1 and localhost. And if you'd like to add any other hosts, if you'd like to run your server on any other host, then you just add them to this allowed hosts list. Once we save this file, we can navigate back to our directory and run python manage.py, run server, and then this time let's specify the host and the port. So we have the host, then colon, port, so 8088. Alright, and let's navigate to this site. Alright, and once we navigate to this site, we can see that we see the same exact page. And this page is accessible by any computer on your network. So now we can get started. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. This has been TicTacToe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.